Welcome to Over the Line, the football debate show by fans for fans. My name is Dave, and joining me today, nearly a full house, but we've got two gooners in Gav and Kunle, and resident United fan Nigel joining me this evening. Gents, welcome.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, good
What's
evening.
happening?
Good. How are all we doing after that long international break? How are we all?
Oh, I feel amazing. It's a really good break.
Yeah,
Glad to be
hmm
back.
yeah,
Carlsbad did weekends.
yeah. Nigel, how
It'll
are you
be-
doing?
How am I doing? Yeah,
Mm,
not great. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
understandable.
mate. Oh, it's all right. Don't worry
Right,
about that.
so let's get straight into it then. As usual, we'll kick off with the results from the weekend, and then we'll have a little bit of an inquest into specific matches. Nigel, just to let you know, I am going to come to you first to talk about United. But before we do that, so kicking off the weekend result, Burnley lost 2-0 at home to Chelsea. Good result for Chelsea. They're putting them second in the league table, temporarily 3 points behind Arsenal at that point in time. Bournemouth drew 2-2 with West Ham, I believe, coming back from two goals down to draw 2-2. West Ham throwing a two-goal lead away there, which would have been helpful for their relegation battle, but a point is a point. Uh, Brighton beat Brentford 2-1 at home. Fulham beat Sunderland 1-0 at home. Good to see Sunderland reverting to form and not playing it up when they're playing Fulham, but playing it up when they play us. Cheers for that, Sunderland. Liverpool losing at home 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Shame we don't have any Liverpool fans on here today to dissect that result, but I'm sure the lads will do a good job of that. Wolves losing at home 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Newcastle beating Manchester City 2-1 at home with two goals from Harvey Barnes there. On Sunday, saw Aston Villa beat Leeds 2-1 away. Arsenal thrash Tottenham 4-1 at the Emirates. And the final result of the weekend on Monday saw Manchester United lose 1-0 at home to Everton. A 10-man Everton. And on that note, Nigel, there's only one place to start. We're going to come to you. Talk to us about that result yesterday and what that did, not only for your 65-point target, but for your mentality and how you feel moving forwards about it. This club felt like it was back going on a little bit of a unbeaten streak, 5 games unbeaten, I believe, going into that game. Losing 1-0 at home to 10-man Everton. Give us your thoughts on that game.
I thought the performance was a disgrace. I think that I think that I was lost watching that. I when we went
Serious
one
doubt.
nil down. When we went 1-0 down, yeah. How do you explain it? When we went 1-0 down, I was like, okay, fine. We haven't got our act together. Everton started a better team, and I thought, okay, let's just weather this, and then let's see the game out. But when they went down to 10 men for stupid red card, I thought, all right. Then Everton showed a lot of fight, a lot of
Mm,
spirit, and but we made it so easy for them. We
mm,
didn't pass the ball with any space. Or when someone goes down, when the team goes down to 10 men, switches side to side, wear them out. My biggest concern is that when it was getting towards the 70 mark, they looked as fit as anything,
mm.
and I was like, we are not moving this ball well. I I I couldn't understand his substitutions. I know that we had some injuries, and so in terms of the attacking force that we were down, but I mean, you could have pushed Bruno up forward, put Casemiro alongside Menu. That there's so many things he could have done.
Mm.
I couldn't understand the performance. I couldn't understand seeing the results that happened over the weekend. How that wasn't motivation enough to put some distance between us and what you would consider the other main European rivals. Um, and Amron, the players, everyone at the club has to really take a deep look in the mirror. But then, I don't want to get too high or too low because fundamentally your stat was incorrect. My 60-point target still remains intact. The actually, out of all the things that disappoint me the most is that we're nowhere near halfway in the season and we've already lost half the amount of games that I was giving that I was allowing my team to lose. So that was the disappointment. Is that we're now on 4 losses, and as you know, the target for the season for me anyway was no more than 8. So that was the biggest disappointment for me. And it was just honestly, it was a disgrace. I was embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean,
Cheer up, man. Cheer up,
do
lads.
you-
You'll be alright. Don't worry about it.
No,
Nice,
no,
do
no. I
you-
mean, look, everything's no one died. At the end of the day, it was a disgusting, terrible performance, but we're still on track for my target. So we move.
in some ways, do you reckon the results from the weekend where you saw European rivals sort of dropping points here and there, do you feel like that increased the pressure on United to get the result?
That's what made it inexcusable for me. Forget the pressure. This is when Tottenham lost. Wherever you think Liverpool are around us, Man City lost. There were just enough teams that at the end of the season that I would hope that we would be competing for at least the Europa League place. They basically all lost. So that was the biggest disappointment. And if that doesn't motivate you, then this is where I'm confused.
I mean,
I
if you
didn't
look
see
at the
one.
teams,
I didn't see
if
one
you look
good
at if you
performance.
look at the teams that you're competing with for like Europa League places, Aston Villa sitting in 4th place, they won. Crystal Palace sitting in 5th, they won. Brighton sitting in 6th, they won. Everton now sitting 11th, level on points with you, like they won. You know, so as it stands, you're 7 points ahead of relegation, 11 points behind leaders Arsenal. You've got Villa sitting on 21 points. I mean, you're 5 points off of second place. It's not really a disaster, though, is it? Just yet.
Oh, I didn't say no. Wait, guys, I didn't say it was a disaster. I didn't say we were getting relegated. I didn't say sack anyone. I said it was an embarrassing and terrible performance. And based on what happened over the course of the weekend, I think it's unacceptable for us. You can lose matches. It's the way you lose, and it's the way we lost that I am beyond pissed off about. If we were battering them, all right, and they just had a fantastic performance, and then Dewsbury Hall scored a belter, then okay, you accept it. We move on. Is that I cannot tell you anything from the game. I was perplexed.
Kunle, let's bring you in here. What are your thoughts on that Man United result?
Yes, it's. I think Nigel already used the keywords disgraced, shambolic. It's one of the. We love. No, it's one of those where when a team goes down to 10, they shouldn't look more comfortable with 10 than you do with 11, and that's how it looked. And it got to a point where all United were doing, like when a team goes down to 10, the best way to get around them, you have to stretch the play. So make the pitch as big as possible. So they have to, they have to actually run. They put in some hard yards. And I think Nigel already touched on it. Everton at the end of it, usually when the team's down to 10, when it gets to like the 80th, 85th, like when they make a tackle or something, they'll fall on the floor because they're so tired from running, or like they were fit. They're ready to go again. And watching United it's similar. I used to see Arsenal do this, where they would just pass, but it's all in front of the defense. No penetration, no balls through the middle. It's just side to side, side to side, side to side. And Everton, they just look comfortable. And I also felt some of Amarin's decisions. There was a point where they had a steal of, I think Pickford was about to kick the ball out, but they still had 5 defenders in a line. And why do you need 5 defenders? There was one guy.
No, the worst part is that with all those 5 defenders, we were still losing the headers. We weren't even winning the headers, nor the second balls. I that didn't even bother me the most. Fine, if he's kicking it, he's going to go long. All right, fine. You have the 5 defenders. You win, and if you don't win the header, get the second ball. We weren't even get. That's what was annoying.
That was weird. It was,
and
that guy
I have. Obviously, you can imagine I turned it off, so I didn't see any of the stats. But I can guarantee you that most probably the people that had the ball, the possession of the ball, the most was either Shaw or Euro. I haven't seen the stats, but
no, it was. There was a point there because I think even Gary Neville made a he highlighted it that Euro was always getting the ball, like, but he's not a ball playing defender. So get someone who can do something with the ball in that space. Because all Euro would do is get it and pass it to the side, because that's not his game. And yeah, it was just shocking.
So if you want to say the defense with the 5 at the back, yeah, that's a manager's choice. But you see that what you just described there, when Euro's at the edge of the ball, at the edge of the box with the ball, this is when your leaders or the people with the big chest are supposed to come on. If I was Mainu, for example, I don't know where he was when all this was happening. I would have dropped deep. He had the license to drop deep, taking the ball off Euro, start dictating play. Right? The Everton defense were ready for the crosses in, and they were going to win all the headers in the box, because no one in our team could win a header. So then, therefore, I suspected Mainu to take the ball off Euro. Everybody was dropping on the back of the 18-yard line. So play and dictate the back, and he didn't do that either. Everyone's been. I heard the big cheer when Mainu came on, but what did he do? Like, like not just him though. I'm not just calling him out, like all of them. But when you're on the pitch, fair enough, you may say the system and the formation, that's the manager's choice. But when you're on the pitch, when the ball is there, I expect my players and the ones that everyone's saying, anyway, to take control of the game and dictate play. And that was the part that upset me the most. And clearly, Everton, they defended our right-hand side, their left-hand side, majestically. Grealish has got back, so they made sure they nullified our Mbeumo and Ahmed threat. So we had to go towards the left, and this is when I would have expected, mainly when he came on, to start dictating play, and he didn't do that. And we were leaving it to Shaw and Euro, and I was like, this. At some point, the players on the pitch are going to see this, right? They're surely going to see this. When I was watching the Arsenal Spurs game, how many times did you do the ball over the top, right? So Mainu's on the ball. Anyway, it was a terrible performance.
Gav, you got anything you want to add to the United result?
You're mute.
Sorry, I feel like I just watched a therapy session. Nigel, you okay? Nigel, is everything all right? How many points behind Arsenal are you lot now?
11.
Huh? Nigel.
11.
No, Nigel.
David said 11.
I'm asking you, Nigel. You're the counter. You're counting it for us. You were the one counting it for us. How many points behind Arsenal are you now?
No, I was the one who was counting when David said about nearest challenges, and I was reminding him of certain statements that he had made. But for the purpose of this show, David had just alerted us to the fact that Man United are 11 points behind Arsenal after 12 games or 13 games.
12.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, 12 games. There we go.
No, nothing to add, David, to answer your question. Nothing to add. I just hope my boy's all right. I like Nigel, you know. That's good. Don't let these things get to you, bro. Don't let these things get to you. Can we talk about proper football? Can we talk about proper football?
Let's talk about proper football. Liverpool losing 3-0 at home to Forest. Gav, give us your thoughts on that, because you are the Nostradamus who called Slot a fraud from pre-season and tipped them to actually be outside the top 4. I think you said. I think you might have even said they were going to be outside the top 4.
I predicted 4th, but then I said I can see them even not doing top 4, and I'm not surprised. Everything that I thought was going to happen is happening. With them, they're trash. They're easily beaten. I think similar to Amorim, he doesn't know what other system to play. He's not adapting. He's stuck. He doesn't know how to fix the problems he's got. Some teams have managers that are tactically nous. We'll come on to my boy Arteta later on. And some people have got a manager that walked into a team that was destined to win the league when Man City and Arsenal were both struggling with injuries, and he did that. Congratulations to him, but they need to get rid. They have to get rid of him before it gets even worse, because I can't see it getting any better anytime soon.
You don't see them clicking into form anytime soon at all with the players?
No. Before we come on, I was saying to you that if I'm a Liverpool player, if I'm at Isak and I'm seeing what's going on, or a Verts or even a Salah, and Salah's won it already. But if I'm one of these players that are coming for all this money, and I'm seeing a team like Arsenal and a player like Eze doing what he's doing at his new club, I don't know how you psychologically get up for it and think, yeah, this manager knows what he's doing. He's going to get it right. Every game week that passes, every time they lose, every point further we go ahead, I just think it's going to mess with their heads too much, and they're going to lose more and more confidence in this man. Like, I don't see how they turn it around to the level we was talking about it. What did you say? 16-point swing. They were 5 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
Do you know how
Well,
like they have to be? They have to be flawless. They have to go from horrendous to flawless, and I hope we go from we're not flawless, but we're doing very well to the form they've got. That's the only way they're going to get back in it. I can't see the players. Forget the manager. I can't see the players having the confidence and the mindset to be able to make that happen. I think they're done.
Do you see them struggling to make the top 4?
Yeah, I do. I think yeah, it's going to be terrible. I think they'll finish maybe 5th, 6th if they can get some sort of run together. I don't think they'll make top 4. I don't think they'll make top 4 from here. But I may be wrong. We'll see what the new year brings for him.
If I look at the table right now, I believe that top 5 will qualify for Champions League. I mean, they're 2 points off of 5th, Palace in 5th place. So they're not out of it just yet. But again, as you say, the form that they're showing is, I think I've heard somewhere, it might have been Sky Sports, so you got to take it with a pinch of salt, I guess. But I think I heard a stat from them where they said over the last 7 games, they have the worst run of form in the league.
Yeah, I heard something similar. They're on relegation form right now.
They're in relegation form, yeah. I mean,
They've lost what? They've won 2 in, is it 7 or 8? And they've lost the rest. I can't remember. I lost
They've
interest
lost
in them.
6 out of 7. It's the 6 out of 7 they've lost.
Yeah.
That is relegation form.
That's relegation form, bro.
Yeah. It's a joy to watch because as we saw from our own resident Liverpool fan, they were very cocky, very dismissive. So I remember there's a time Nigel was asking John about Kirkes, and he was very dismissive, not understanding what we are seeing, that Kirkes can't defend, like the basics. He can't even do the basics. So bad that they actually had to bring Robertson off the bench, who they were trying to phase out to become their starting left back. And again, Slot doing what crazy things, because from all the Liverpool fans I've spoken to, Szoboszlai has been their best midfielder. So he took him out of midfield, been their best player this season, and they took him out of midfield and made him the right back. When you have Joe Gomez, who's played right back before, and is it Ramsey that they bought from Aberdeen? I think he's also an actual right back.
I think Curtis Jones has also played right back as well.
Yeah, so you're taking, and that's how scrambled his brain is. He's doing all these things, and then whenever his go to plan B when things aren't going right, Konate comes off, Gravenberch goes into centre back, and then he throws on all the strikers and just says, go do something. Yeah. So I watched the Liverpool game, and for 30 minutes they were actually all right. But as soon as Nottingham Forest scored, it's like the air in their tires just went. They like, what do we do now? Mo Salah, he looks like he should be playing with Ronaldo, because he's been Space Jam. There's no powers there. Van Dijk, all he does, I see him do now, is blaming other people when mistakes happen around him. He'll point to and shout out this way, why didn't you pick up? Bruv, it's you. You're supposed to be the captain. Konate, his head's in Madrid. He's already on his way. He's already learning Spanish. He's probably already phoned Trent to ask him what teacher did he use. So yeah, it's just a joy to watch, and they're watching their fans implode. Anfield, you never walk alone. Well, they were all walking up the stadium before full time, so clearly they leave people on their own. But no, it couldn't have happened to a better bunch, because everyone goes, and the thing I like most about it is that if this was United or Arsenal, oh my days, the inquest, the headlines that would be written about what was going on, the things Slot has said, the way Liverpool are performing, but it's like nothing is ever said. It's just, the amount of money they spent, like it's just mad. But yeah, I'm
Should-
enjoying it. Long may it continue. And yeah, it just shows you that just because you spend the most and you won the window doesn't mean you actually win the match.
No, should Salah be dropped?
Should Salah be dropped for whom?
Chiesa.
Like for whom?
Chiesa. Every time he's come on, Chiesa's performed.
Yeah, but he hasn't come
You
on
have
from
to
the right,
try-
right?
Yes, he's done on the right, he's done on the left. Because was Gakpo, even though he's a one-trick pony.
I don't remember Chiesa coming on for Salah and scoring and doing something. Or did I miss that?
No, it has. Even the Liverpool
Yeah.
fans have been calling it. They've been saying, "Give Chiesa, what's he done?
No.
Give him a chance."
When Chiesa has performed, has he performed when Salah hasn't been on the pitch? Right, because
Well,
if Salah's on the
Salah's always
pitch and
been
it's
on the
drawing
pitch.
and it's drawing attentions of defenders. Because say whatever you like, you've still seen flashes, and if you take away Ekatike, I think Salah's got the most goals, right? So even despite all of that, in their worst moments and in his worst form, he's still one of their best attacking players. So if you're taking, but why are we talking about Chiesa? There's someone who costs over 100 million in verts. We should be talking about him. Isn't that the first name
Wait,
we
he's
should be
injured.
mentioning? Why are we talking about
He's
Chiesa?
injured. We can talk about the
I would
other
pretend-
one,
I would-
the
I would pretend as well.
125. We
I
can
would
do the
pretend as
120. We got the
He's been terrible
125
as
guy.
well.
But if you're asking me, before you talk about taking off Salah, why is it Isak starting ahead of Ekatike? That, for me, that's a conversation worth having. Before you
Exactly,
even look at Salah. Before you even look at Salah, look at Isak.
Yeah, I mean the
125.
solution is there in that you play Ekatike, but Salah. I mean, I think it was ridiculous to think that he could match the record-setting season that he had last year. But even by his standards, like he's been bad. He's been very bad.
The whole team has been bad though. Like,
So what do you do?
because people are saying he's not tracking back, but he never did, right? So so he never has. So I don't. This is not a new phenomenon, right? But if you're you just said that the best midfielder Slot has decided to take the best midfielder and put him a right back. So what do you want Salah to do with no midfield? Okay, and he's trying to connect and play with a striker who is still in Newcastle. And at the time when they did buy Isak, if you remember, Ekatike was the best performing player, and he benched him for Isak. So so the manager himself is the one who messed up the flow. Okay, and he dropped Gakpo when Gakpo also was one of the most the better performing attacking players. Say what you want about him being one trick pony, but he was still the one causing most of the damage alongside Ekatike, and the manager decided to mess all that up and put in Verts and put in Isak. So I understand he's one of the bigger players. If you're asking why isn't Salah speaking and only speak when he's getting man of the match trophies, then that's a conversation I'm willing to have. But when you're looking at all the positions on the team, you have Kirk as a left back. You have Van Dijk, their captain, performing like he is. Konate, he's making me laugh every time I see him on the pitch, right? But if you were to McAllister, what's he done? So I understand he's the biggest name, and that's why you're look towards him. But for me, before the ball even reaches him, it's all falling apart. And I can't see them stringing 3 passes together, by the way, to even reach Salah for him to do something. But you're correct, David. Yes, if you gave him this new bumper contract, expecting him to perform like he has been performing over the last 5 years, then yeah, you're misinformed. But it's for maybe no, I don't think maybe. I think he definitely can't do the wing play that he's been doing because he's not getting any younger. But if you move him closer to goal, maybe play him more central, and then try something like that with him, and then put someone your Chiesa on the right if you would like. That's what I would do. But if you're saying take out Salah, for whom? Like play Verts ahead of him? Absolutely not. Not for me. But that's my view.
All right.
Point.
Fair
I
enough.
think there's a lot of things you should look at before you look at it.
All
It's
right,
not just,
fair
it's a
enough.
lot of factors. It's a whole, it's just everything. Like just everything's just going wrong, but it's all going wrong at the same time. But yeah, I'll continue to enjoy the sideshow.
Yeah, so will I. I mean, I was gonna touch on the Newcastle Man City result, but we'll leave that for now because I know Kunle, you might be sort of dropping off early. So I wanted to give you a chance to talk about the North London derby. Give us your
Um,
thoughts going into that match.
it's well, it's what I said. I think on the last pod, I said we should better them, and that's why even when Man United played them, I said I don't know how you drew that team. They're rubbish. They're a dusty team, and we showed. Thomas Frank, especially when it comes to the bigger games, he doesn't. He still thinks he's in Brentford, and he sort of
Mm.
sets up like he's still the Brentford manager. So when I saw the lineup with the supposed to be a back three, it was clearly a back five, and then the two DMs sitting in front, and then the only attacking outlet was Richardson, Kudus, and Odegaard. I thought, yeah, this long day for them, very long day. We should have been ahead after like 3 minutes if Rice had.
Yeah.
He hit it too clean, so clean that it went straight. If he'd like maybe hit his shin or something, could have, and it'd have been started the party early. So, but yeah, it was poetry in motion, and it was just he was written in the stars for Eze to be the guy to start and to
Mm.
get a hat trick as well. Yeah, not even one, and it's the way he's, and I think this is the difference between him and Odegaard, because on that edge of the area, Odegaard has them same type of chances, but he doesn't just have that clinical finish what Eze does, and he's sure it was right foot, left foot, and yeah, it was a joy. It was a joy to behold. It's a shame they scored that worldie, because yeah, that just sort of put a little damper on the score line. Because obviously a clean sheet would have been 4-0, would have made it really, really nice. But now we dominated from start to finish. I wasn't worried. I mean, Tottenham ain't beaten us at Emirates since 2010, and I couldn't see this version of Tottenham actually having any type of effect on us, especially with the way we're playing now, the fate. And obviously, everyone spoke about Gabriel, but we said that this is why the squad was built. And Cappy came in seamless. And it's funny because even for the fourth goal, it was his header because it was a goal kick from Vicario. He won the ball, headed it straight back into their area. Marino played to Trossard to Eze, and then he finished. But yeah, everything's slowly cooking. We're starting to get players back now. Madueke was back on the bench. Martinelli's back on the bench. And I think for tomorrow, even Odegaard will be back, and Havertz and Gyökeres are not far off. So we're doing all this with the very bad injuries that we have. Obviously, missing Gabriel is no one can ever say that's not going to drop the level. But the difference is the level doesn't drop so much, because back in the day, let's say Saliba would get injured, it used to be Rob Holding, and then everything would just collapse. Because obviously you have to compensate for Rob Holding's lack of pace. That we couldn't play as high as we normally do, squeeze the pitch and pin teams in. So no, it was, if it couldn't have happened to a better team. It's just watching all the Tottenham fans basically leave again, another early fire drill. And yeah, we just keep on marching on. We just have to keep on doing it, and that's why the Chelsea game, if we can beat Chelsea, I think it's going to be tough for others, because then the gap is just starting gain, it's increasing bit by bit, and then teams have to they're feeling the pressure where they have to win their games just to keep up. But this is what happened to us last year with Liverpool. The gap was getting so big that the pressure was at every game we had to win, and we kept fumbling. But yeah, how you can complain? It's a Derby Day victory. Put the little brothers back in their place. Let them know, who runs North London, and yeah, we keep it moving, man. Keep it moving.
I mean, it could be Arteta mind games, but I'm hearing rumours that Odegaard should be back for the Bayern game, if not definitely for the weekend. But on top of that, Gyökeres and Havertz might actually be back for the Chelsea game.
Yeah, I saw that as well. So, but it's a squad game, man, and we have to use the squad, and that's what we're doing. So we just keep it moving. It's just one game at a time, man. One game at a time.
Yeah, one game at a time. And one thing that I've noticed from the fans and from the club itself is that it seems to be that we are just focusing on that one game at a time, treating every game like it's a cup final.
Yeah, it's the way, man. Because I think before people got too giddy, and obviously once you've been that runners up 3 times in a row, you learn a few lessons.
Yeah.
And as Cyril told us last week, when you put in the thing from Pep, the league is not won in October or November, but you can
Well,
definitely put down.
Speaking of Cyril, he's actually sent a message conceding that he believes Arsenal was actually going to win the title. So on that note, Nige, give us your thoughts as the resident non-Arsenal supporter on this stream at the moment. Thoughts on Arsenal's performance, thoughts on the league title. How do you see it all going?
The only positive I can take from this weekend is that we weren't the worst performing team that I saw, and that was imagine being such having the bar being literally on the floor, and Spurs still found a way to go beneath that. I think Thomas Frank really, like Amara, really needs to look in the mirror, and I just find it hilarious after all the noise and hype I heard about this guy. I don't think he's a bad manager, by the way, but I just love the way everything just flips so quick when it comes to the narrative around him. I think that you guys were fantastic, but at the same time, I don't think it was hard for you to be fantastic. I can't believe what I saw Spurs do in a North London derby. I personally just couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I swear it took them like 40 minutes to get out of their half. It's a disgrace. I said, man, that was disgraceful. That was shambolic. That was beyond. This is something that you do definitely apologize to the fans for. You can't perform like that in a derby, but they did. The goal was a worldie. I think that was the early shot. But yeah, no, Arsenal looked great. But again, it's hard for me to judge. Kunle said it. The game first of all, you guys are brilliant. Your squad is brilliant. Don't misunderstand what I'm going to say. But what I'm truly looking forward to the Chelsea game, because exactly like Kunle said, if you perform like that against that Chelsea team, and that Chelsea team with all their pace on their wings is unable to hurt your defense, yeah, then boy, then I don't see. Like I told you before, I don't see you losing another game until January.
That's when we play you, right?
Correct.
Interesting that you're still banking on the fact that you think you're going to beat us at the Emirates.
Yeah, I think if you manage to go undefeated until January, then I think the toughest game you're going to get, part 2, is going to be against us for sure.
I mean, do you know what? In fairness, United always give us a tough time, no matter what form you're in, what form we're in. You always give us a tough time. So I will, yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, you may win. I just want to see if you're able to sweep Chelsea away. If you sweep Chelsea away, man, then we have to wait till January for a real team to play you. But up until then let's see.
Cool, fair
enough. But I'm really interested in seeing this game.
What's your prediction for the title as it stands right now?
My prediction for the title, way too early to start talking. Kunle already said that you can't start awarding medals in November. You said Kunle, right? So I think that's a
no, you can't. You can't. But you can lay a good foundation.
I think it's who's number 2 in the league?
Chelsea.
That is between you and Chelsea. Flip of a coin. Let's see who. Let's see. It's Chelsea v Arsenal. Then if we're talking like this, then there's a battle for the league right now. So let's see what this weekend brings, and then the winner takes all in terms of my opinion. So let's.
So if Chelsea beat us, you predict them for the league.
I don't know. This is what we're saying. We're talking in November, right? So we're making ridiculous statements at this time of the season, right? So if you want me to play that game, then yeah, if Chelsea win, Chelsea for the league. And that's not what I want. I do not want to see Garnacho win the Premier League. But hey, if you want an answer, my answer will come at Stamford Bridge.
Fair enough. Right, let's quickly touch on City before we end the stream. Losing 2-1 away at Newcastle. Through the whole international break, before this game started, the talk was the Sharks are circling Arsenal, and it's a blue-coloured shark in the shape of Man City and this, that, and the other, and they've got the history and the experience. They're going to chase that, and then they go and lose 2-1 at Newcastle. They're now sitting 7 points behind us. Nigel, I know you don't want to talk about winning the title, this, that, and the other, because it's only November, but a gap like that, do you see City with the inconsistencies that they are showing do you see City mounting a serious title challenge, or is it now a case where they have to worry now about more sort of finishing third, fourth, getting those Champions League spots?
You know what? You know that game. I know. Yeah, of course they lost, but honestly, it was terrible finishing. Foden essentially missed an open goal. Haaland missed two chances that normally he would have swept away. I just think that was for that particular game. In
But
my
Newcastle were
opinion,
also guilty of missing about 3 chances. Walter had 2 clear cut, and Barnes missed another one himself as well.
So, but when I can't remember the timings of those chances, and you know I'm a firm believer.
Haaland's was first.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. So for me, you know, I'm a firm believer that goals change games, right? So, I believe if Haaland had put that away, quieting the crowd, and especially the way that Newcastle been playing before, the fans would have got on their back, and I think everything would have changed, and then Man City would have gone on. I honestly believe that. But they lost. Do I think 7 points is insurmountable? No, because if Chelsea do beat you and they win, it's 4 points. So do I think they're out? No. If they
Okay.
can keep the gap, as long as it's if you go into double figures by the time we say Happy New Year, yeah, then they're out of it. But up until that point, like I said, you know, you still have to play us, and then if they are able to, do I think there's the Chelsea, the Man City of old that's going to win 15 games in a row? No, I do not. Do I think you potentially could do that? I think you're close to that, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if by New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you're double points ahead of them. Yeah. Then I would say that they're out. But up until now, it's Christmas. Games are gonna come thick and fast. And I know I know your squad is fat, but this is when you have to keep in mind. Yes, your squad is fat, but you guys have been consistently playing fantastic for 3 years, right? So games in that quick succession, and you're obviously not going to let off in the Champions League. You only have to be 5% off to draw a game or even potentially lose in the Premier League. And then so that's what I'm saying. Let's wait till New Year's Day. If they are within 7 points of you, I don't think it's over. If it's any more than that, then yeah. If you start talking about 10 points and stuff, then yeah, I'll consider them out.
All right, fair enough. On that note, I'll end the stream there. Coming up, big matches for the weekend coming up. We've obviously got Man City. They're at home to Leeds. You'd expect them to win that. We've got Tottenham playing Fulham. You'd expect them to win that. But on the Sunday, we've got Crystal Palace at home to Man United. That's going to be a very interesting match. We've also
we're gonna lose
got
that.
we've also got West Ham. We've also got West Ham at home to Liverpool. That's going to be an interesting game because West Ham have shown they are capable of playing the type of football that Liverpool do not like, and that's long balls down the pitch. I think the keeper got an assist this weekend, actually. So, yeah, aerial bombardment coming from West Ham. And then the big one, obviously, Chelsea versus Arsenal, which round the weekend. So we'll be back after those games, probably next week, Monday. So on that note, gents.
Wait. What? Isn't
Go on.
Chelsea Arsenal's on Sunday, right?
That's the last game.
So that's the final game of the weekend.
Oh, no, then we have to be on for that.
That'll be the final game of the weekend. So yeah, we could be back Sunday straight after, or we could be there on a Monday. We'll decide. But either way, we will be here to dissect that result. Come on, Arsenal.
Come on, it's a title. It's a title decider. We have to be live on after that.
It's a title decider if we win it. If we lose it, which hopefully we don't. Put it this way: if we win it, I'm quite confident the title's pretty much done. But let's just see. On that note, gents, thank you for joining me, and to the viewers, thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you on the next Over the Line show.
All right, peace.